Right, you're looking at the relatively new Honda PCX 125. This is a single cylinder 4-stroke engine, great little scooter, in fact a fabulous scooter. I changed over from a 125 cruiser, thought I'd go the scooter route, the Euro route, and I'm so much happier that I did that. Anyway, let's have a quick look at and tell you what it's all about. First of all, it's one of the only bikes probably on the currently available that actually has an idling stop button. You press that button and the actual engine cuts off at the lights. Something that might be quite useful in summer actually, to keep engine heat down, I suppose, but it also saves a thimble full of fuel occasionally. You've got a little cubby hole in here which is not lockable, but it's not bad. Turn that button over here, press that seat button, and the seat opens up, and you've got enough room here for a full face helmet. This is the Zenna disc lock alarm, pretty cool, designed for this particular size front brake. 6mm pin in there, tiny little pin. It's pretty handy. Lots of bit of space over here as well to put in. If you have yourself a Jivvy box or a Givvy box, then that adds a little bit more carriage space. One thing I should point out right away is the seat. This is a different seat. I bought this one from Thailand, or rather ordered it from Thailand. And the original one comes with a hump about here, a little hump that you can remove, but it leaves two big bolt holes in the lining on the top, which is a bit of a pain. The actual hump is also a pain in the old butt, because you find yourself, you can't get yourself that far back on the seat, so that's pretty uncomfortable. Since I bought this seat, which is about, I suppose I'd spent about £120 in all, including shipping. So much better. I can sit right back here. There's a lovely little soft spot here, so highly recommended. I've kept the old seat in case I ever need it or want to sell it and buy another one. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, down here you've got a fuel cap. A little button, press that button again. Fuel cap inside there. Pretty straightforward. We'll start it up in a minute and go for a spin. Little aftermarket spares you can buy if you want. I bought these little bar ends here, little silver bar ends, quite nice. A little disc fluid cap on the top there, and a little silver covering here. Otherwise it's all in black. Over here, down here, is the air intake. It's water cooled, and it's a fantastic little bike. That's all I can say really. It's handles brilliantly well. High wind, obviously, all these fairings and everything do make it blow around a bit when you get up to the 50-mile-an-hour mark, and I'd say this goes to about 60. People take it a little bit higher. I've only ever gone to 50. The acceleration is perfectly ample for town. Now, you'll leave everybody at the lights, believe me, so that's very, very impressive. And it goes around bends very nicely. It's comfortable to sit on. It's small. I can get both feet down. I'm 5'6", so I can get both feet down, albeit sort of more the balls of the feet, and so that's comfortable. It's got a disc brake up front over here, which is not bad, good stopping, but it's not ABS, it's just an ordinary disc. And on the back it's got a drum brake, two lights on the front, headlights, indicators very clear to see. The white colour, of course, makes it stand out more at night, which is nice, but this bike's available in several different colour schemes, black and red being the other most popular colours available. Lots of little extra bits you can get on the side here if you want to add to it. Go on the Thailand websites where this bike is made and you'll see millions of little extras you can bolt onto. Of course, they really kit their gear up in Thailand in a big way, so you'll see PCXs that don't look like PCXs, but hugely popular bikes, these ones. This is the 125 version. There is also a 150 version. Of course, that means you wouldn't be able to ride a 150cc bike in Britain on a CBT, on your compulsory basic training certificate, which I'm still on. Nearly 2 years in, I'm finding it's just easier just to ride around on the CBT. Mirrors nicely tapered at the top here, so you can get a nice little viewpoint over here. You can adjust them very nicely so you get to see all blind spots. And well, what else can I say other than this is really one of the best things I've ever bought, next to my Apple product, I would say. In fact, it looks very Apple-esque, doesn't it? You could just have the Apple sign down the side there. Going onto the tyres quickly, I should mention. First of all, the wheels are a decent size. That's one of the most important things. They're bigger than your average little Vespa, you know, Lambretta type scooters. So that's extremely useful. I should also add that the price is very, very reasonable. You're picking them up now around a 2013 model for about 2,300. And when you think its nearest rival, it's would be the Yamaha X-Max probably, which they say is maybe a better bike. But that is around the $3,500 mark, about $1,000 more. So I think it's a bit overinflated personally. This bike I think is unbelievably good value. Mileage, I'd say 120 miles on a tank. When I come to fill it up, I get about £7 in there before it starts filling up to the top of the cap. So that £7 will take me for 2 weeks of regular 14-mile travel a day, 5 days a week, which is phenomenal. Think of that on a tube. You'll never get away with that on a London Underground or a bus or any other form of transport, apart from maybe the bicycle. First service cost me £80, which was not bad. It's just an oil change, but I imagine you know, a proper service after its MOT has expired would be in the region of about £110, which is cheap. As you know, it's £15 a year tax, which is cheap. And as you know, you can go into London town completely congestion charge free. So there are an awful lot of reasons why you would want one of these bikes. Now, if you're extremely tall, I think you'd still be fine if you didn't have that hump on the back seat. That would make a big difference to your riding pleasure. Wind. This windscreen is very low. I have to say, I thought at one point, should I get the aftermarket extra length windscreen? But I haven't missed it. Even though we're doing this now sort of winter time, it's pretty nippy, and it's blowy and buffety, but it's not something I'm that bothered with. Wear a nice jacket and a scarf and you'll keep, you know, wrapped up nice and warm. Of course, in summer you get that lovely wind rush. Now, I've taken this on a two-lane, not a motorway. I've taken it on a two-lane dual carriageway, and it's pretty scary, as I think any motorbike would probably be. I got it, you know, doing 50 or something, and of course trucks coming past you and everything, but you do feel a bit of wind because of the fairings, as I mentioned earlier. It can tend to feel like it wants to blow around a bit, but you know, just keep your speed down and it's not that much of a problem. Anyway, let's start the thing up. Just put the seat down here and I'll show you how this auto cutoff works as well. First of all, you turn this on and you get that happening. Pull in the back brake, press the button, and this starts every single time, even after 2 weeks of being left in -3. There you are. How silent is that? Come down to the back here, the little exhaust ticking away. So much quieter than my old Suzuki VL125 Cruiser, which was great fun, I have to say, but the gear changing just really started to get to me after a while. This thing is literally twist and go, can't go wrong on it. So obviously that little wheel will be moving around. Okay, there we are. Accelerator. No real vibration. There's a bit of vibration now, noise, because we're standing on the stand. But once you're off, you know, once you're off on the road, it's actually quite silent. Very, very quiet, in fact. In fact, sometimes you wonder if it's even running. By the way, pillion passengers, quite comfortable up here. They've even got a backrest with this jivvy seat, and very cool pegs, rear pegs. You've got a center stand, and you've also got a side stand, which cuts the engine out when I put the side stand down. Now, the idling stop only works when you're sitting on the seat. There's a little button down here underneath here that if I'm not particularly that heavy, quite frankly. In fact, I'm a lightweight, but press the idling stop, and when the engine's warm enough, and only when it's got up to temperature, that will cut out the engine when you're sitting at the lights. As soon as you come to a stop, the engine cuts out. The reason it does that is because I'm sitting quite forward here. If I was sitting further back here, my weight might not be quite enough, because I am skinny, to press this little button that's under the seat. So, you know, when you get to the lights, it's quite bizarre actually. You get there and you stop, engine cuts out, complete silence. You think this is weird. As soon as you open the throttle, immediately it starts off. Literally no waiting whatsoever. It's just as if the engine was running basically. It starts off instantly and off you zoom. And I'd say you're in front of the cars. They're 100 meters behind you within 3 or 4 seconds. So you can really set your position in the road. Good mirrors, as I said before. Nice little taper here, taper on the left there. You can set them up so that you can get a bit of blind spottage, and everything is pretty cool. I mean, beautiful little chromium bits in the middle here. Handlebars are comfortable. You can adjust those if you wanted to, go a little bit forward if you're particularly tall. You can sit back here and do it Thai style with your feet forward. Speaking of feet, actually, you've got plenty of room here. Put your feet here, excuse my lovely grubby shoes. Or you can have it a little bit more motorcycle-esque, like this, if you prefer that way. You've got the center console here, which some people might not like with scooters. I much prefer it personally. And we'll take it for a little spin and see how it goes. Big heavy-duty gloves here. I'm using a Contour Plus 2 camera on my helmet. You might be able to see it there. Cool little camera. Right, I'll leave the idling stop on. Turn the key. Side stand in. Turn the key. Left brake in. Start. And off we go. Right. Quick jaunt round the streets of northwest London. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise. Big little boost of power. Indicators easy to get to, for you. Okay, let's have a look down here. Give it some speed. So as you can see, we're way up past 50 miles an hour now. It's in a built-up area. I'll just show you something actually. Speaking of stopping at the lights, let's just pull up over here. Imagine there's some traffic lights here now. We stopped at the lights. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's not cutting off. Oh, there you are, cut off. Silent, beautifully silent. You can hear the birds singing. Cyclists love you for it. And then off we go. I'll take it straight from a standing start. Here we go. So we're off. And I think that's all I need to tell you guys and girls. Scootering is clearly the way forward, something that Europe's been doing for ages. In Britain here, we're all dyed-in-the-wool motorcycle type people, and I've decided that motorcycles are a sort of blokey type thing, really. And I think scooters are much more day-to-day, an everyman's vehicle for getting around on. I should add as well that there's a sense of more of safety on a scooter. I don't know why. It's probably completely false, but you know, I've got these sort of panels here. I just don't know. I just feel that I don't really have to put all the motorcycle gear on, big boots and stuff. Just wearing jeans today. If I was on the old cruiser, it'd be, you know, sticking on the padded gear and all that sort of stuff, which is a real pain in the arse, quite frankly. This is just a lot easier, and you'll see people going around on scooters in suits to work, you know, accountants, media people, that kind of stuff. So right, I think I'm going to call it a day now, because I've probably far exceeded what you want to hear, and with that I bid thee farewell.